Different rate codes. I know that much. Just Bobo's code. That's it. 6383 or 8363. You could call them and ask them now. Whoa. I'm live streaming. I'm back. Apparently, my internet went down for a second. But I'm back up now. I'm trying to keep my word that I'm going to stream all day. But it just keeps one thing or another keeps happening to my stream. Like, first I got hacked, okay, I dealt with that. Then the stream didn't want to play, I dealt with that. And now, like, the internet is working against me. But I'm definitely going to try to keep up my word to a live stream all day today and all day tomorrow. So you might not see me for the rest of the week unless it's on somebody else's channel or their show. So trying to keep up with it. So I think I was talking with Cal about the different approaches to advertising Flat Earth and getting the word out. And Cal seems to think that one-on-one is a lot better than mass advertisement. I happen to think that mass advertisement is the way to go, along with one-on-one conversations with individuals. Both of them has their benefits, I would say, and I think that trying to get it out through mass is going to help us to do this a lot faster than just, one-on-ones. So that was a conversation we were having before it went down. It's back up now. And I was going to open up a panel to have you guys come on and discuss this. Even globes are welcome, even though that's really not the topic for today. They're more than welcome to get on and have a discussion with me about their views on it. But I would ask that they be respectful, and as well as stick to the topic, because the topic is about spreading the message and the community. It's not about negativity. Give me a second to actually get the hangout back up again. Dun, 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 dun. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Next time. Start a new one. Yeah. 1 second. What did y'all eat today for dinner? There we go. Why is it doing that? There we go. Oh, now let me upgrade you. Let's get that invite together. Okay, we're back in business. I'm actually going to make you a mod if you're still here. All right. Okay, so back to advertising and spreading the word and getting the word out. I had put some links in earlier that I'm going to add to the description, because once your stream ends, like mine just did accidentally, those links are going to get lost, and they're going to get lost in the conversations as well. If you're here and you actually want to be a mod, just go ahead and put a 1 in there, and I'll add you as a mod. And just keep in mind that we don't want to ban people just because they oppose what we're saying or what we're doing or what we're thinking. We want to be all inclusive to people. We don't want to be turning people away just because they don't agree with us. Not everybody is going to agree with us, but we're going to try to be as inclusive as possible but we're still going to follow the rules that I set out when I first started this stream today, which is there isn't going to be any agendas, there isn't going to be any racism or discrimination or labeling of people, and everybody's a leader here. So if you can follow those rules, that'd help me out a lot, because we're a positive community. We're not a negative community. We're going to do everything that we can to make sure that what we're doing is productive towards spreading the flat earth truth. We're not going to have a bunch of naysayers who are going to be causing problems in the chat. So every moderator is going to have to be on their P's and Q's when it comes to that, and making sure that they're policing themselves as well as the people that they're blocking. And I will take a look at anyone who does get blocked for whatever reason, just to make sure it's legit, so you don't have to worry about me saying, not paying attention to that. I do want to make sure that we're building a positive community, and I don't want to be wrongfully banning people at the same time either. So we will keep it on the up and up with that. Anybody else have any good ideas about ways to get the message out? I was talking about the Super Bowl advertising at the Super Bowl. Maybe getting a commercial or a billboard for the halftime show to be able to get the word out that way. I think that's a really good ideal if we can start to save up for the funds to be able to do that. I know it costs like millions of dollars, and I have no expectation that we'll actually reach the amount that's needed, but it is well worth a try if we can. We might even find that we can actually do it. All right, so there are those descriptions, those links in the description box. So they will remain there permanently as a way for you guys to be able to go and look up the information. I need to add that one for Ubuntu contributionism to that as well. So let me do that too. I can tell you what, this movement has made me grow in ways that I thought I never would grow. Like, and literally overnight, you know, literally within days, I've had a change of perspective on a lot of things concerning the Flat Earth movement. I've watched a lot of the melee that's unfolded, and luckily it's not been too bad for anybody involved in it. It's funny. It's kind of funny to watch it go down and you not be involved in it because you have a different perspective afterwards, and you can say, well, that went well, or, you know, make sure that you don't become one of the ones that has issues like that going on your channel. Like, it was kind of weird. When we first started doing those chat raids with IPS, you know, we thought we were cute and it was fun to do and everything like that. But then, hey, what's up, your sweet place? We thought it was a good thing to do, and we started doing them, and then, bam, we immediately got responses that said, okay, you're not wanted here. But we kept doing them, you know, because it was so much fun. And then we found out that YouTube had a policy concerning that. So we kind of had to relabel it and do less of it so that we weren't getting our videos taken down or getting people banned, you know, needlessly. And I certainly don't want to have that happen to my channel. Although I do want to do that sometimes, is go show other channels love once we get more of a following going here. If you're a part of this Flat Earth community, you're more than welcome to share the videos and have others subscribe to it and explain to them what we're about. And we're definitely going to be supportive of the other channels unless they're being destructive to the movement. And we're also going to try to collaborate with other YouTube channelists to have a greater impact with our messages. So I'm looking forward to this. It's super exciting time right now to be a part of this. Let's see. Let me get that back up there. When you're doing this and you're new, which I am, I'm very new to this streaming business and production of your own content. Trying to work it from one computer is definitely a challenge when you're used to doing things from two computers. It's crazy, but I'm managing. I'm figuring it all out, working it out as we go along. Believe you me, it is not easy, but it is well worth it when you're able to connect and share with a bunch of people that are doing and believe in the same thing and know the same thing and the same truth as you. It's just freaking awesome. Okay. Get that back up there. All right. Oh wow. See, no, yeah, I was talking about what we're not going to be doing as far as blocking people, and that we're going to be inclusive of people, and the mods that I want to have and that I'm going to have are going to be those who are more on the gracious side with people. But anybody that comes in here with an agenda or racism or divisionary tactics to divide us or make trouble, though they will not be tolerated. They will be blocked. But people who are just expressing themselves and their ideal, who oppose the flat Earth model, we're not going to be banning those people unless they become disrespectful or they are doing things that are like trolling or spamming the chat room. Those are going to be like the only three things that people are going to get banned for. So they'll get banned for pushing agendas. They can get banned for spamming or trolling. And they can get banned for being disruptive and disrespectful. So those are the only three things that a person should be getting banned for. I'm looking for mods to be permanent mods when I am streaming. So they're going to have to follow that rule. And anybody that does get banned, you can use my email, and I will definitely take a look at it to make sure that if you were banned, it was on the up and up. And you can always, get unbanned if it was unlawful for you to get banned. We're not just going to be banning people like crazy. I'm not going to adapt the approach that IPS has of everybody getting wrenches, because I think that's just they don't allow for people to come in and actually conversate with flat earthers. And we're just not about that. We're very inclusive. That's something totally that they decided to do, to have like a little wrench squad, and I'm even a part of that little wrench squad. But I'm not going to be doing that on my platform, is giving everybody wrenches. Mods will actually be mods here, so they have the power to ban people or police the chat room. And this community is for the people and about the people. So it's not just about what I think or what I feel. We're all leaders here. And this platform and this chat and channel is for you guys, the people of Flat Earth. It's a mature channel. It's about community involvement and getting the truth out about Flat Earth. And it's about being inclusive towards everybody, as well as respecting everybody, no matter what they choose to believe, whether it's round or flat. We know the truth, our truth, and we're going to stand on that. We don't have to bash people just because they don't believe, they still believe in the global heliocentric model. So that's what Flat Earth community is about. It's a community that has mature members in it, that have moved past the stage of finding out the truth and actually doing something about the truth. So, and just communing with each other, passing ideals back and forth, and actually coming together to actually do things to forward that movement. So that's what it's about. Yeah, this is a drama-free channel. We're going to try to remain above the board. A lot of the drama, I would say, came from three things. We have paid opposition in this movement. Just like with any movement, when you come up against the government, the elites, and the powers that be, they want to silence you as quickly as possible. And what better way to do that than having people come in, that are shills and act as if they're on your side, and they're actually not. They're actually working to keep the lie going. So that was one of the reasons. The other reason was because there was infighting amongst each other about, and it wasn't directed. It wasn't actually directed to one person. I never heard anybody directed towards one person. But there was some hacking incidences that came up, and some channels got blocked and things like that because of content. And so they were just blaming each other without having any proof or any evidence. And so that was one of the other dramas. And the last drama that I think I heard about was people using other people's name in their content for publicity towards Flat Earth. And that caused a lot of problems. And we're going to steer clear of all of that. I'm not one that's afraid to use my name. And if I'm going to be dropping names, it's going to be because I've already spoken with those people, or they're supportive towards the movement, and we already have an understanding as to what the boundaries are. There's no reason for any drama in Flat Earth. You know, people that want to cause drama are taking attention off the truth, and we just don't have time for that. We have no time for delays because it's become crucial. Now that they know that there are more people waking up to this truth, they're already making plans to come against us. And so a house divided cannot stand. So we all need to be supportive of other people's channels. We need to be supportive of getting together and making sure that we don't become destructive towards the movement that we say that we're about. So this REC is all about the movement and the people and the community and getting the word out. There's not going to be any drama, and it's certainly not going to come from me, because I'm not going to be talking negatively about other people's channel. Now, we can have discussions as you guys bring them up. I'll try to address them the best way that I can. That's in a positive manner. I'm not going to be bashing anybody unless they're speaking out against us, and then it's going to be a problem. About the movement and the people and the community and get. Hold on, my sound just popped off for whatever reason. Okay. I hope you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me okay? One of the other things about drama-filled things that distract us from the movement is that who is it actually helping? You know, what are they trying to do? So when you see people that are being disruptive and destructive, you have to look at that person and say, what is their motivation? You know, what are they trying to do with what they're bringing? You know, what are they shedding light on? If it's not constructive to the movement, then I want us to develop a code. This is what I do to people that are trying to take me somewhere that I don't want to go, whether it be a conversation or, you know, just acting a fool. Like, I'm not going to join you in the melee. So what I do to them is, okay, so somebody will come at me, or they'll come for me and they'll be running their mouth, or they may say something negative or something snide, you know, or try to come off as smart or rude. And I basically completely ignored their statement or what they wrote. I don't pay it any mind. I don't call their name out, because what they're trying to do is get attention for themselves. And that's the last thing that we're going to do. Like, we're not going to be attention whores over here. We're going to be talking about what we're doing in the community and supporting each other in the community. And we're just not going to feed into negative attention. So if you see people that come into the chat that are like that are trying to start stuff, or they're calling your name and acting a fool, the mods will definitely take care of it. And what we'll do is completely ignore them. Don't give air to their statement. Don't engage them whatsoever. Once they see that you're not going to engage them, they'll stop. They'll stop leaving it alone. and they'll either leave on their own or they'll get banned. So that's the approach that we want to take with people that are going to be like that. Now, people who are have an opposing view to the flat Earth model are fine to have conversations with, as long as that they're being asking questions and are being inquisitive. If they're just being disrespectful and disruptive and name calling, we're not going to engage them either. And pretty soon the mods will take care of that as well. So that's how we're going to deal with people that come into the chat room that have no business here because they're just troublemakers. When we go on to other people's channels, I want us to be respectful because I want them to want us to come back to their channels and be supportive. I don't want anybody going around repping FEC if they're going to be negative towards other people and their movements. There's no one set leader here, so I'm hoping that we will be the ones to follow in the upcoming months. And I want us to support channels that we've already been supporting because I think it's important to support each other so that we know what's going on in our own community. We kind of look out for each other. That's what the whole Flat Earth community is about. It's not about individualism. It's about us individuals coming together as a group and doing something magnificent. Well, that's kind of true too, though. Who shuts the clothes and off with their heads? Oh my gosh. Something like that. You know, this FEC, we're going to develop a good reputation that's hardcore. Like, we don't play any games. You know, everything we do, we're going to do with a flair. Everything that we say and do, they're going to be like, oh, okay. They're going to understand, like, okay, that's what they're about. We're definitely not going to be the faint of heart. This is not what this group is about. Like, we are really going to be some go-getters out here. Like, I welcome everybody's personality and their input and their character in this community because that's what's going to make us great and different and set us apart from other flat Earth groups out here. Oh, okay. I didn't even realize it because I didn't have that screen up. Like, I'm still trying to learn how to make that work. Let me see where you're at. It's called multitasking. I'm doing a bad job of it today for whatever reason. I don't know. Let's see. Can you hear me?
I had myself muted. Can you hear me, sister?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, all right, we good now.
All right. I was like, over here, I didn't have it popped out, so I didn't even realize you joined.
Okay, yeah. I'm enjoying the show, so I just came here to give you some support and deal with you.
Oh, that's what's up. I appreciate it. Yeah, I had put the panel out earlier before my internet went down. For whatever reason, it went down because it's absolutely sunny out here. I'm like soaking up the rest of the sun for the day. I've been sitting in the sun all morning, and it just decided to go down for whatever reason.
It's sunny out here, if you can see.
Yeah. I mean, today, just getting my stream up, I had somebody hack it, and they were causing it not to be able to function. I had to re-download OBS, set up my screens and all that, my scenes all over again before I could even stream. Right now, it's even in the yellow. It's still not even green, what I'm doing. So I know it's kind of behind, but it's still going a little bit. So.
Okay, we good. Hey, we can build on yellow, sister.
Yep, you're right about that. So how's your day going?
Oh man. It's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting trying to suck in a lot of information and come up with new ideas on actually how we can just push forward this whole community. And at the same time, thinking about ways to get this information out in other communities so we can actually start waking people up.
Yes, definitely. I was just talking earlier about ways that we could do that. I told them about my GoFundMe account that I have set up for Flat Earth advertising. And one of the things that I was pitching was the ideal of getting together and doing a billboard, or getting some time at the Super Bowl during the halftime or one of those commercials. Now, I know how much they cost. They're like quarters to $1 million dollars to actually get those ads and those billboards up, but I think it would be well worth it to advertise in mass like that.
Oh yeah, that'll be powerful. You know what I'm saying? That just by getting that many people to just research and just open their mind up to something that's new, and it's something that's pretty much the tales they've been given was so traditional and it's embedded, it's indoctrinated deep into their soul. I think that would be powerful. It would at least get them start clicking on some links.
Yes, definitely. I'm trying to get your stream up here, the hangout up here now. So bear with me as I go along.
Okay, good.
Let's see, where is it? I popped it out. Okay, there it is. That way the people can see who I'm talking to. You know, when you're amateur, I mean, it's just like everything seems to happen all at once, and then you got to figure out what you didn't read and study upon while you're going along. So it just like slows down the process a little bit. But I'm game. I'm a quick learner. I'm learning how to manage it real quick.
Yeah, I think everybody understand. You know what I'm saying? This the growing pains, and then you know what I'm saying. Hey, the people gonna understand. You know what I'm saying? But the people just really came in for the information. You know what I'm saying? And ideas.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, I think that's what's lacking. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they still can hear me though, right?
Yeah, they can hear you. You guys, can you put a 1 if you can hear food, shelter, and clothing? Logic, please. Let's see. Ooh, I don't know if it did it or not. I may have to just screen share it. That's what I'm gonna do.
Let's see, I can get in find out. Hold up, because my brother in the room right now. Hold on one minute. I'm gonna find out. Can he hear me?
Okay.
All right, so yeah, they can hear me. Just they can't see me, but
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, I'm working on that source right now. I'm gonna do a display capture, and then I'll get you up there.
Yeah, because Larry actually brought up a good point. He said that schools have to accept the flat Earth first,
right?
And then you waste the money. So that's what I was talking about. Actually doing a project with Brother Sanchez and maybe even you, Sassy. And what it was is pretty much it's gonna be a cartoon. And I mean, I got a lot of programs that I can make cartoons. But the thing about this is that if we educate them before the schools educate them, then it'll be harder for the school system to indoctrinate them.
That is so true.
And it's about just getting information out there first. And YouTube is a powerful tool because I got 2 babies myself. Okay, yeah, I got 2 babies myself. And then with my babies, what happened is that they look at a lot of YouTube, even though I try to control a lot of content, but they still look at a lot of YouTube. But we got to kind of break it down a notch. You know what I'm saying? It got to be just opening in activity, because even though they haven't been fully indoctrinated yet as far as school, or maybe they have, but we just need to break it in a logical sense, and we need to do the same things that they do to indoctrinate our kids. And it got to be in the form of cartoons. You got to take baby steps, and it got to be to a way that we actually educating them first. And once we get that education system out to them first, then they'll have a harder time of indoctrinating our kids.
That is true. I have teenagers who are out of school now, and so that's still fresh for me. And it's a good tactic to do it while they're young, because they're so much more impressionable when they're younger than once they become a teenager. And when you're dealing with teenagers, it's a whole different ball game dealing with a teenager than it is dealing with trying to tell an adult that they are the world is flat. Colleges will be another way too, because they're in the process of learning and soaking in information, so they're still malleable as well.
Yeah, so but I think it's my assessment that like once they get to college and high school, they senses start actually kicking in. So with them, a platform like a Brother Sanchez, you know what I'm saying, like this platform, it will actually work for, you know what I'm saying, the high school and the higher education systems. But I think it's important because if we can start getting that information to them, you know what I'm saying, at a younger age, so when they actually see this Brother Sanchez, this Dread, they see your channel, it's not so much of a shock. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They'll be willing to accept it more. And I think that'll push it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to realize this. It's a shock to your soul when you first hear about flat earth. And it's a shock to your soul because everything that you've been given from movies, for all these space movies, Mars movies, it's so ingrained in you that it's hard to come out of it. And then it's almost like, you know what I'm saying, you'll be first labeled, the people who tell you this information is coming from a logical point of view, but they're almost labeled as these crazy. You know what I'm saying? They almost make us like seem like the zombies
Right.
because everybody been put in deep into this system of indoctrination. And I think, we will get there. It's important. But instead of actually trying to start from the top and go down, I think, well, it should be done all at once. You know what I'm saying? Some people need to start from the top and start working their way down. And then at the other end, other people need to start from the bottom and work their way up. So now, if we meet in the middle, then we know we're making an impact.
Right. That is true. You're exactly right. And I think that is so important now that you mentioned that, because I've been thinking a lot about what the adults can do as far as waking up the other adults. But when you think about it, we can't leave out the generation that's coming up, the generation that's going to carry on what we're doing, and that's going to inherit what's happening with the world now. And they need this support system early on in life to be able to handle what's going to be coming their way. You know, we definitely don't want to leave them out of this. We definitely want to make sure that we're following those steps, going in order A, B, and C. And that's so key to that. Identifying people that can actually do that is going to be the key to getting this into the school systems. I'm not sure how we're going to approach that, but one thing that I know works is reading books. Children love to be read to, and if we have that tool that we can pass out, say in what do they have, open house when they first start going back to school, that would be crucial. Like the system, the school I think is out right now across the country in most areas, or about to be. So we probably could get something together before school goes back in session.
Yeah, that's what I'm actually trying to do. Because see, for us to actually go into the system and try to fix the system, I think that's we actually trying to that the odds of us doing that is probably slim for them, because they're not going to slip flat earth, because all their criteria and their lesson plans is based off of flat earth. Not flat earth, forward earth. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get it into the education system of the household. So whether it is, you know what I'm saying, YouTube cartoons, like books, just like you said, you know what I'm saying, just put it out there. And then if we develop a book, you know what I'm saying, actually, you know what I'm saying, develop a GoFundMe, and then put it out, and then actually start putting it in places, you know what I'm saying, for free. And then eventually it'll win its way over. But it needs to just be simple, basic concepts, and then basic logic. Because at the end of the day, nobody can dispute logic.
That is true. Nobody can dispute logic. It would be just like denying your own self, your own truth. So, I mean, and kids are so able to adapt to many different information. They just soak it up like a sponge, you know?
Yes.
Yes.
And
And
see,
see,
we
we
realize
realize
that,
that,
you
you
know
know
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying,
saying,
the
the
people
people
who,
who
you
you
got to
gotta
realize
realize
who
who
stop
stop
kids
kids
from
from
actually
actually
using
using
their
their
logic.
logic.
It's
It's
their
their
parents.
parents.
Their
Their
parents
parents
stop
stop
them
them
from
from
actually
actually
using
using
logic.
logic.
Their
Their
parents
parents
tell them
telling
that,
that,
you
you
know
know
what,
what,
don't
don't
worry
worry
about
about
that.
that.
This is
This
the
is the
way
way
this
this
is
is
done,
done,
or
or
everything,
everything,
you know what I'm
you know what I'm
saying,
saying,
from
from
that
that
point
point
on.
on.
But
But
we
we
also
also
got to
got to
realize
realize
that
that
the
the
babies
babies
are
are
the
the
biggest
biggest
influence
influence
to
to
the
the
parents.
parents.
So
So
once
once
we
we
start
start
getting
getting
kids
kids
into
into
understanding
understanding
this
this
from
from
a
a
basic
basic
logic
logic
perspective,
perspective,
it
it
will
will
open up
open up
their
their
parents'
parents'
mind
mind
also.
also.
And
And
then,
then,
you know what
you
I'm
know what I'm
saying,
saying,
we
we
can
can
move
move
forward
forward
from
from
there.
there.
True. How many of you guys in the chat think that that's a brilliant ideal and want to make that one of our first projects?
Seem
Seem
like
like
they
they
sleep.
sleep.
Wake
Wake
up,
up,
chat
chat
room.
room.
Are you guys still with us out there in the chat?
Let's
Let's
see.
see.
Oh,
Oh,
somebody,
somebody,
I
I
see
see
them
them
in
in
here.
here.
They
They
definitely
definitely
in
in
here.
here.
Okay, so
Okay, so
Sweet
Sweet
Plate,
Plate,
your
your
Sweet
Sweet
Plate, she
Plate, she
said
said she
she'll agree
agree
100%.
100%.
Awesome. I think that that'll be a good first start. I'm an artist, but I'm not good with spelling and literature. So man, who are we gonna get to do this? This is the
And I
thing.
And I
think
think
what
what
we
we
probably
probably
need
need
to
to
do is
do is
like
like
once
once
we
we
actually
actually
start,
start,
you know what I'm
you know what I'm
saying,
saying,
first
first
we
we
got to
got to
develop a
develop a
structure
structure
first.
first.
And
And
once we
once we
get
get
there,
there,
you know what I'm
you know what I'm
saying, we
saying, we
just
just
say,
say,
because I
because I
know it's
know
a
it's a
lot of
lot of
people
people
that
that
be
be
in
in
these
these
flat
flat
earth
earth
chat
chat
rooms
rooms
and
and
hangouts
hangouts
that
that
got
got
different
different
skills.
skills.
I
I
think
think
Master
Master
Peace,
Peace,
Uh-huh.
he
he
does
does
a
a
lot
lot
with,
with,
yes, 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 Master
Master
Peace
Peace
does a
does a
lot with
lot with
art.
art.
Oh,
So
that's
So
good to
talking to
talking to
know.
Brother
Brother
Sanchez
Sanchez
about
about
that.
that.
So
So
just
just
by,
by,
you
you
know what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying,
saying,
it's
it's
just
just
by
by
coming
coming
together
together
and
and
then
then
just
just
developing
developing
a
a
plan
plan
and
and
then
then
establishing,
establishing,
you know what I'm
you know what I'm
saying,
saying,
we're
who's
going to
going to
cover
cover
this,
this,
we're
who's
going to
going to
cover
cover
that.
that.
Whether,
Whether,
you know
you
what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying,
saying,
you
you
actually
actually
running
running
from the
from the
business
business
point of
point of
view,
view,
or
or
being in
being in
charge
charge
of
of
the
the
funds
funds
and the
and the
GoFundMe,
GoFundMe,
and
and
then
then
somebody
somebody
else
else
work
work
on the
on the
actual
actual
art,
art,
somebody
somebody
work on
work
the
on the
actual
actual
literature
literature
itself,
itself,
and
and
then
then
getting
getting
to
to
hang
hang
out
out
together
together
again,
again,
and
and
then we
then we
reveal
reveal
our
our
products.
products.
And
And
after we
after we
reveal
reveal
our
our
products,
products,
then, you
then,
know
you
what I'm
know what I'm
saying,
saying,
is,
is,
hey,
hey,
we'll
we'll
pass it
pass it
back
back
on to
on to
you and
you and
say,
say,
hey,
hey,
here you
here you
go,
go,
Sassy.
Sassy.
The
The
ball is
ball
in
is in
your
your
court.
court.
Well, I think there's gonna be a lot of passing those balls around.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
but
but
it
it
should
should
be
be
that
that
way.
way.
It
It
should
should
just be
just
a
be a
joint
joint
effort,
effort.
and you know
And
what
you
I'm
know what I'm
saying? I
saying? I
mean,
mean,
and
and
not really, not
not
for
for
financial
financial
gain.
gain.
I
I
mean,
mean,
at
at
some
some
point, you
point,
know what I'm
you know what I'm
saying, we
saying,
don't
we don't
want to
want
be
to be
putting in
putting
a
a
lot of
lot of
work
work
without
without
getting
getting
some
some
out of
out
it.
of it.
But
But
just to
just to
get it
get it
out,
out,
you know what I'm
you know what I'm
saying, it
saying, it
should be
should be
started.
started.
Because
Because
once
once
that
that
book
book
go
go
viral,
viral,
then,
then,
you know
you
what I'm
know what I'm
saying,
saying,
I
I
mean,
mean,
everybody
everybody
will
will
fund it.
fund it.
Um,
Um,
and then
and
we
then we
put it
put it
out
out
there.
there.
So
So
once it
once it
start
started
getting
getting
moving, you
booming,
know what I'm
you know what I'm
saying,
saying,
it
it
gonna
gonna
be a
be a
need.
need.
So
So
we
we
just
just
made
made
we
we
supplied, you
supplied,
know what I'm
you know what I'm
saying, a
saying, a
baseline
baseline
material,
material.
and
And
then
then
eventually the
eventually the
demand
demand
will
will
come,
come,
and then
and then
it'll,
it'll,
you know what I'm
you know
saying,
what I'm
I
saying, I
think
think
it'll
it'll
work
work
itself
itself
out.
out.
But I
But I
think by
think by
starting
starting
from the
from the
bottom,
bottom,
and we
and
got
we
to
gotta
realize
realize
that
that
just
just
that
that
impact of
impact of
babies on
babies on
their
their
parents,
parents,
you know what I'm
you know what I'm
saying,
saying,
that will
that will
be
be
positive,
positive,
and that
and
will
that will
help
help
everybody
everybody
platform.
platform.
So
So
everybody need
everybody
to
need to
support
support
that.
that.
Right. That is a good ideal. I'm loving that. I like the ideal of having a store full of merchandise of nothing but flat earth truths. Like,
Ooh.
that is my ultimate goal at this point, is to get a city in every local community with a flat earth store that has nothing but flat earth store stuff, so that people can walk in and just be like, oh my God, just get exposed to that truth like nobody's business, and actually be able to take some of the information and memorabilia and bumper stickers offers home with them, and not just have to, I think visually as people, they respond to that more than anything. Even when making online purchases, people need to see what they're getting into. And I think that's going to be a perfect way for us to expose people to that truth long term and to create revenue. Because let's face it, who wants to work for these money grubbing people for the rest of our lives? Like, I want Flat Earth to put people out of business, to stop feeding the system. So I think we can do that if we bind together now and have come up with, like you said, like a model, a plan, a structure, a blueprint for doing that.
Yeah, and we gotta do it. It's like we gotta be real careful because, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we don't want it to become, you know what I'm saying, the blueprint that we see so many times fail. You know what I'm saying? Where people have different types of, and I don't want to just talk about the negative, but it's just something that we got to keep in mind. That, you know, a lot of times when people go to separation of these different groups, and then they want to break off and they want to get their own bread, and it's just like everybody should focus on one come and go like it is now. Like I think everybody is focused on that come and go, and then, you know what I'm saying, it shouldn't be about financial gain. It should be about exposing the truth. And I think by being exposing the truth, everybody's minds will be in the right place. So, you know what I'm saying? That is positive to me, because I think, you know what I'm saying, we still got to identify that evil comes with money. So now, once a lot of money starts flowing around, you know what I'm saying, from these ideas, you know what I'm saying, it will become, you know what I'm saying, our worst enemy.
That is true. And being that we're trying to bring the system down, it's not really going to be a focus as far as financial gain, because I was talking with them earlier about Ubuntu contributionism and getting them familiar with that. And the links are posted in the description box. It's a way of life to use your gifts and contribute by your skills to get what you need. So if everybody in the community is donating their skills, nobody wants for anything and nothing costs anything. You can just go to a warehouse and pick out what you need and walk out of there and not pay for anything, because you will have donated time, like say at a hospital, or making plates, or making planting food, or building shelters for people to live in. As long as you donate 3 to 6 hours a week, you have whatever you desire, you know, and that's the way Ubuntu contributionism works, is you contribute your skills for an exchange of whatever you need. So I think it's a perfect transition from the capitalistic system into that. And we're going to talk about that more in the time to come. Have you ever heard of it?
Oh, so this is the first time I ever heard of it, but guess what? I can gel with it because it absolutely makes sense. I mean, that is perfect, and that would tear down a lot of problems we have. And then not only would it also expose the system, it would give people a blueprint of a better system.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that is awesome. I got to do some research on that.
Yes, it is. I was introduced to it about a year and a half ago when I first became woke. And because I was looking for something to give the people, because I was like, oh, we got to tear down this system. It's bad. It's negative for everybody. And then I got a lot of questions like, okay, so what do we do next? Like, and so then I started researching, like, what are we going to replace this system with? I just can't ask people to be rebels and break the law and tear the system down if we don't have something to replace it with. So that's when I started to do research about other systems. And I came upon this from watching Gaia Online, watching their series, and it was like the last thing in the series, and it has like 6 or 7 videos that I'm gonna live stream so that people can watch it, because it's a subscription thing. You can subscribe to it. It's like $9.99 a month, but you can share it. Also, some of your feeds, you get like 5 hearts, which are gifts to be able to share the content, so you can go upload it to like Facebook and other social media. But after that, after you run out of those, you don't get any more. So the only way to do it is to turn your screen around and let the viewers watch it while you live stream it. So or for them to get a subscription to it as well. But if one has access to it, I feel like everybody has access to it. So, but yeah, it comes from Africa. It comes from a people, a tribe there that have this as a way of life. Like, if one doesn't eat, we all don't eat. If I eat, they eat. Like, and they just share everything. It's really a beautiful story. And he picked it up. He's from South Africa. He's tried to implement it there. But, of course, with any system that doesn't breaks away from the norm, they're going to try to not let that happen. So what he's come up against is the legality of making it legal to be able to live off the land and to institute this new way of life. Because as you know, in Africa, they have started tearing down the people's rights and their abilities. It's been going on for a while, but now it's more it's harsher than it was then, because the agenda is so real over there at just keeping Africans in a position of complete submission to the colonialism. So he's made some headway, and I haven't checked recently to see where he's at in that process. But it's really something that I'm passionate about.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think another thing we need to do is that when we're dealing with this flat earth community, we gotta have a committee. So you know what I'm saying, we gotta have something in place to bring together these different talents. And you know what I'm saying, I mean, pretty much we need to do it offline. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, it need to be something delivered to the people with what this committee came up with. So you know what I'm saying, because I think it's a lot of great ideas, but this committee needs to be established. So you know what I'm saying, we can build these ideas. And now, when we come to the people, we're not always talking about ideas. We're coming with solutions. We're coming with plans. And I think that's I talked to Brother Sanchez about that too. I think Dre was in the room, Masterpiece. And I think that need to be the first step. Because before we step ourselves as a true community, we got to have a committee. And with that committee, you know what I'm saying, it needs to be, you know what I'm saying, sucking up ideas from the people. And then not only sucking up ideas from the people, brainstorming ideas. And then knowing that we owe the people these solutions.
That is true. I agree wholeheartedly. That's why I've been saying, and I've said earlier about, this is a community for the people. It's about the people, and there's not one set leader, and there's not going to be. It's just me providing an avenue to be able to bring a different perspective, platform, and openness that is kind of missing in the Flat Earth movement at this time. Some of the bigs, they've ran across some issues as of late, and we're working through it. But this is a drama-free movement over here. We're definitely working on solutions to the problems and just being supportive of each other in the community. And we're also going to support other flat earthers that are, getting the word out. We're going to support Dreads, which is You've Been Exposed, Brother Sanchez, ODD TV, IPS, Patricia Steer, a lot of names that I can't even think of right now. There's so many, and it seems like we're few, but we're becoming more now. I'm encouraging anybody that is able to stream and provide this content to continue to do so, because we need this going around the clock. We need to be having these discussions all the time, anytime that we possibly can, to make sure that we're providing content for those that are looking for these answers. Not everybody's going to mesh with everybody else's platform. It may be some people are at different stages. Like ODDs, I think is good for people who are coming into that truth and looking for information and that is curious, because it runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it does nothing but get you curious about doing your own research, and it gives you truths that you didn't have before that you can go and look up. With IPS, his is more of like this one. It's activism. It's more there's no naysayers. Everybody in there has a wrench, and it's all about doing events that get the word out. So his is pretty much for, if you're going to go in there, it's all about discussing that topic, the shills and all of that, and planning. With Dreads, they're more about debating and getting information and having that discussion still. So it's more for a mature audience. And then with Brother Sanchez, there's in-depth. You're going to get a little bit of everything on that channel. Yeah. And then
what we just kind of really missed though is we missed something for babies.
Yes, definitely.
I mean that's the only link though. But see, that's why when it comes down to the committee, you know what I'm saying? It's just certain things need to be pushed out, and it's a lot of things that need to be developed so we can actually truly make it into a community. Because right now we're calling it a community, but it got some of the attributes of a community, but we're missing a lot of stuff. So once we close these loops, I think that you know what I'm saying, it will transform into the community what we say it is.
Yeah, most definitely. You can't leave the babies out.
Yes. Because imagine, think about this. Imagine a flat Earth channel for the babies.
Yeah.
So where we actually, I know we got plenty of babies out here that can read scripts. And, but a lot of our babies don't need to read scripts. So a lot of our babies understand this information from their perspective.
True.
So it's about just putting designs and graphics and, you know what I'm saying, doing the cartoons, doing everything that you need to do so we can actually take this to a higher level. Because can you imagine this scene here? Can you imagine a parent walks up to their kid watching a flat Earth cartoon? Can you imagine that impact? The thing about this, the parent will actually try to question, why are you watching that?
Right, what are you watching?
And then the kid will be able to explain, you know what I'm saying? Hey, well, you know, let's think about this, mommy. Let's think about this, daddy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That alone will be crazy.
Mm-hmm. It will. I mean, kids are, because they're so inquisitive, they're going to keep pushing the issue. They're going to keep, asking the questions, and they're a great influence on their parents. So that, I think it's a brilliant ideal to get the kids involved and get something out there for them, strictly geared towards them, I think it's going to be wonderful.
I'm really excited. You know what I'm saying? That got my spirits running. We're high because right now, my little girl's on the way to Hawaii now. Mm-hmm. So, and she's 10. So, I'm gonna throw deep into it, and she's already engaged in a lot of it. Mm-hmm. So now it's about taking that and put it in a form that would be attractive to her peers.
Yes. Yeah. That's great. Yeah, mines are a lot older.
And she knows how to engage her crowd. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And whether it's doing experiments, and that's what's going to be key. Because we can do a lot of experiments to these kids. And now they actually doing some experiments in school where we can use it and make it relevant.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely going for that. But sister, Sandy, I gotta go out here. I gotta feed my son, and I gotta take care of my family today.
Oh, no problem. I thank you for stopping through and being supportive. I appreciate that.
Oh, always at any time, sister. Just hit me up, and I'm always available.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, see you later, people. I'm out of here.
Enjoy your afternoon.
You too.
Bye. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe and shout out to Food, Shelter, and Clothing, Mr. Logic there. I really appreciate him stopping through. And make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to his channel, as well as to the other channels that we have going on over there. It's really important that we get and we support each other and what they're doing, so that everybody has somewhere to go that actually wants to um, be a part of this movement in a greater way than we've ever seen before. I think it's wonderful that we come together like this and take care of each other. It's really been great for me to see, being new to this movement, all the support and the optimism that I've gotten from the community so far. It's really awesome. I had a plan, some time ago to start my own YouTube channel, and, I just got behind and decided to pick it back up. And what better way than spreading this truth that is going to be a definite unifier for all people. So it's just wonderful to see. I'm super excited about us. So make sure that you get my contact information. If you have any questions or comments, you can ask me there. It's my email is SIB as in boy, ER, S as in snake, A, SSY as in yo-yo, 03x at yahoo.com or gmail.com. My Facebook is either Daughter of the Most High or Sassy Undeniably. I'm also Sassy Undeniably on Twitter. I have a Snapchat, and I also have Sassy Undeniably on Periscope and the other little Instagram channel. So I'm pretty much on a lot of the platforms that we have out here, social media networks. So it's easy to reach me anytime you need something. My number is listed as well, so don't be afraid to give me a shout out or send me a text. Often I get so busy with work that I forget sometimes to check my messages, but I will try to keep up with that most definitely for you guys. I think we are going to end for today, and I'm going to do a little raid on other channels. I'm going to stop through and say hello to some of my brothers and sisters in the movement. So that is all I pretty much have for you guys, and I really do thank you for joining me today for my first live broadcast. It's really been something special, and I will never forget it. Tune in again. I'm not going to actually give a time as to when I'm going to get on, because I ran into a lot of streams today that were already running live because I didn't hit my 2 o'clock deadline because of all the mischief that was going on. But I will try to make this a daily update, at least 30 minutes, if not longer, depending on how many people we get in the room. The larger we get, the longer that I'll probably stream for you guys. So I will be back on tomorrow around 2 o'clock now that I've got the stream set up correctly. And I look forward to seeing you guys then. So you guys have a great night. See you later. Bye. Carter.